So in the last 10 years of me being obsessed and into photography, I have bought myself a shitload of gear. Some of that gear has been absolutely trivial and a game changer to my entire workflow and something I could not really live without. While other times I've just been following what the latest trend is, maybe I'm listening to my favorite YouTubers has led me to buy something that is absolutely, garbage. However, you should of course, listen to your favorite YouTuber. And then there are those few rare times where I bought something that has nothing to do with photography, but somehow that piece of equipment has made me a lot better photographer. By the way, there are so many mosquitoes here, so let's get out of this place, okay? Northern Sweden has a mosquito problem. Opening roads like this, you can only do when you got some of that countryside connections, So a few months ago, I found myself yet another time on the internet. And I was on one of these sites that sells a ton of stuff. No idea really what I was looking for. It was basically just, browsing and looking. I can be sometimes a little bit cozy, So while I sat there, browsing the internet, minding my own business, there was this one beautiful thing that caught my attention. And I could not, for the life of me, get it out of my head. And I just thought to myself, wow, I need to have that. There are a little bit fewer mosquitoes here. There are a lot of mosquitoes here. Let's see how we do this, okay? So what I bought, and if you're wondering why is he moving so a lot, it's because there's a shit ton of mosquitoes here. Anyway, what I bought is this right here. You're looking at it. My very own Jeep Wrangler. All right, we had to get down from the mountain. There's a little lake up there, really pretty, nice road to drive up there. But it's been raining for 2 days and I was bombarded with mosquitoes. Anywho, I love this car. I mean, the thing is, I just get so excited when I look at it. I have it outside of my house and up there I have the studio and I can just look at it while I'm editing video or editing photos and I'm like, whoa, what adventure are we gonna go today, baby? By the way, I made a free 30-day email series packed with tips on how to take your photos to the next level. We're focusing mainly on composition fundamentals, one short email a day, and we also dive into some lighting and how to make your subjects pop with color and whatnot. It's totally free and you can find it in the description down below. Anyway, I know that some of you watching will totally understand when I say this has made me a better landscape photographer. You will look at me and be like, brother, I totally understand. While some of you will look at me now and be like, but how? How can a car make you a better photographer? Let me tell you how. Now first, I just want to share a quick little story. So I've always wanted to have a car like this. I mean, I just think it looks sick. And when I saw it, I was like, wow. I mean, it has the same color as my beard, as my beanie, as my hair, and as my pants. Not the pants that I'm wearing right now, but the pants that I very often wear. And on top of that, we recently moved up North Sweden to the mountains. I live really rural at the moment, so I was like, it would be really cool to have a vehicle like this, where you can just go to the backcountry, no problem, and the snow and all that. We'll get into that in a second. However, I had recently bought myself what is, to this date, one of my, if not the most expensive one-time purchase I've ever done, which was my first electric vehicle, a 2022 Tesla Model 3. Now, I know that Teslas have been getting a lot of hate recently, and for a good reason. I mean, there's a certain owner who has been acting like all, how can you say this politely without going too political? He is a little... On top of that, I already owned a Volkswagen T4, an old one that was a camper van. I loved that car. It was super nice, really retro. I fixed it up myself and you can drive in it. Obviously it's a car, but you could drive and sleep in it, which was super cool. So that meant that I already had 2 vehicles. And I haven't taken any loans for my car. In my world, if I can't truly afford a car, I'll just drive my Volkswagen or buy a cheaper car. So I was thinking to myself, at the same time that this is the perfect time to buy the car because we lived and moved, up north here. Then on top of that, I was also like, but we have 2 cars, just bought one expensive one. This is but I saw it on the evening and it was in South Sweden. And the next morning I hopped on a train, incredibly long train ride, just to look at it. And in my mind, I told myself, yeah, I'm just gonna look at it. But I'd kind of already made my mind and just bought it. I mean, Woo, it looks sick! It's also incredibly fun to drive. Now, I'm pretty used to big cars. I come from Iceland, and on top of that, I come from a family of mountaineers. So my dad has 2 really modified cars. Like his car makes this car here look small. And in Iceland, we have a saying that goes like this. The bigger your tires, the bigger your... So how has this beauty then contributed to better photos? Well, for starters, it has allowed me, or it allows me, to get to places I couldn't with my small car. For instance, where we were, where I like abandoned the missions because of all the mosquitoes, there's no way I can drive up there with my lower car. While this one, no problem at all. It also gets incredibly snowy where I live at the moment, like a lot, and for a long time, sometimes up to 6 months of the year or more. The winter, not this that came now, but the one before, they had snow from October all the way to May. That is absolutely insane. Which also means that driving smaller vehicles, sometimes you can't do that, which is really, really nice. And then again, I have a vehicle that allows me to get to places. And because I love landscape photography, it's just such an help to be able to do that. Now on top of that, I don't know if you've noticed, but the car just looks insane, which makes for an incredible model. So I found myself often driving this like dirt roads or in the forest here or up on the mountain, or we even went to Norway the other day, and just using this as a subject, and because also the color, which was like the biggest reason I bought it. I mean, when I saw this and I saw it was orange, not only did I immediately think, wow, it looks like my beard, I have to have it, but also it like pops from the environment, which I think is so fun. I mean, it's kind of just like the yellow jackets or the red jackets in like landscape photography, just we have a big orange car that looks sick, and it's been really fun like photographing it in that way. On top of that, I have it equipped with a rooftop tent, and I think this like rooftop tent is really convenient and really nice because it allows me to, of course, sleep in the car. Now, as I said, I've had a like camper for quite some time, and it's nice, and I'm actually really nice to be able to just like sleep in the car. But a rooftop tent on a big 4x4 vehicle like this allows me to get again into places, and then I can stay there overnight, which is incredibly nice if you're chasing those like sunrise photos or sunset photos or whatever. So I think that is like absolutely fantastic. Plus, I love camping, and I have small kids, 2 small and another one on the way, and it's incredibly fun to just take them out and just camp. And that also allows me to combine being a dad, which is tremendous amount of work. I guess it's just a tremendous amount of work. like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that at all. And then also my obsession with photography and creating content. So I can combine that really easily because we just sleep in the car. Super, super, super nice. And we can go to the backcountry and whatnot. I do love that. By the way, I run an online community for photographers. At the moment, we're over 60 different members. You can kind of think about this like a gym, but for photographers. You come in, you practice your skills, you get better, and then you have fun with other people who are interested and just as nerdy about the same thing as you. Now, I know that I run this space, but I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. I'm in there every single day, and we like have so much going on, like weekly live hangouts. We have monthly photo challenges. These are like pretty awesome, and we do them every single month. We also do like editing games often. We did one the other day where everybody was editing my photo, and then I went and like critiqued them and took a look at them. We also have lectures often. You get access to all of my digital product and courses, the entire Lightroom masterclass, and a ton more. If you're interested and this sounds like your jam, then my friend, you can find like more information in the description down below. Spots are limited, but I encourage you to check out and see if we're open right now. Now, a low-key bonus with having a car like this is that you don't really have to clean it on the outside because the like more dirty it is, the cooler it looks. It's just like, it looks now like you've been using it how it's meant to be used. I mean, I personally think nothing is as lame as a really modded car like this that lives in the city, and you can clearly see that this person never takes it out and let the car experience what the car was made to do. And I feel sorry for the vehicle. I'll take the vehicle, and you can just see on the headlights that the vehicle just like, please take me and like drive. Now, there are some things I want to do with this car. Like I said, we have the rooftop tent. I have some like other cool things, but mainly I want to make it so it's easier for me to live in it and go out with my cameras and take photos, whether it is with my kids or alone. And one thing I need to work on is like the trunk. At the moment, it's pretty, we just came from a trip, so it's a little bit, I don't want to show you everything, but I installed this here. It's pretty cool. You can open it up and be like, make yourself a little food, which was really nice. It was really hard to install this, so I wanted to show you. And then basically it just looks like this right now. But I want to install some sort of compartment so it's easy for me to cook food without it being a hassle. At the moment I have like a few boxes. It looks actually more neat when we are out on a trip, but it's a little hassle to take out the box and then I take out the cutlery and all that. But that is my next mission. So if you have any tips for me on how I can like make the trunk nice, and keep in mind I do have soon 3 kids, so I need to fit a lot in. I mean, my old Volkswagen T4, we had so much space. Now I'm working with very little space, so that is something that I have to keep in mind at least. But if you have any tips for me, let me know. Now I know this video is a little bit more different from what I usually do, but I just wanted to share with you guys something that makes me really excited and happy, and just a little bit more about my personality and what I like. If you like this video, my friend, then next you're also gonna like this video right here.